there's so much now that's changing about the way content's delivered, whether it be different devices, as the wireless spectrum opens up more and more mobile content, or if it's something like new tools, microblogging tools like Twitter or Tumblr. How does all those changes in the landscape affect content and affect the partnerships that you would do around content?
Well, we think it's great. We think any type of innovation that improves the user experience and allows users to create more content and consume more content is great. And we see ourselves as more of a platform to enable creation and consumption of content. So when you take YouTube, for example, it's not just a destination site where people come and watch content. We provide tools like the uploader and embedded video player like I spoke of before, but we're also doing deals to make it easier for people to share their video content. So for example, we just did a deal with Casio in November so that their digital cameras will now have a branded YouTube upload mode.
To make it really easy to upload like that.
That's right. And we make it very easy for people to upload mobile videos onto their YouTube accounts. Mm-hmm. That functionality has been there for a while. We also announced a deal with Panasonic at CES where their HD TVs now will play YouTube videos. We did another launch of our mobile on YouTube so that the mobile experience on advanced handsets now around the world has a much better, deeper, richer experience where you can not only view YouTube videos, but you can rate and manage your account from a mobile device. So again, we think about YouTube as providing a platform for content owners. We're also working with content owners and syndicating their content to third-party websites in our AdSense network. So the people that we already work with, we have infrastructure, back office, reporting, and commercial relationships with. We're now saying, in addition to targeted text ads, are you interested in video content with relevant video ads embedded, and would that be a better user experience for those who come to your site? The answer for a lot of these folks is, of course, yes. So we were experimenting there as well.
We talked about the changing landscape from the delivery mechanism, but it's also changing from the number of players. I mean, obviously, you're not going to comment on Yahoo and Microsoft, but in general, as more and more consolidation happens, does that change your strategy or your ability to make deals?
I don't think it does. The way we look at it is, again, everyone can be a collaborator and not necessarily a competitor. I think it's frankly a little old school to put people into they're either a friend or a foe box. For example, a lot of our views come from third-party websites, including MySpace. And it's something that they're very public about too. So a lot of MySpace pages have YouTube video players on it and content from YouTube. It's great for MySpace users. It's great for YouTube because people are watching our content. So I think we live now in a world where people can absolutely collaborate and work with each other while still having different business objectives and sharing or in some ways competing for users' attention. But it's the space we live in, and I think going forward we will continue to have that approach and try to be as collaborative as possible.
But is that an interim approach? I mean, further down the road, does it all shake out and people go to their favorite new networks almost?
People may decide to go to different places or new networks, but that doesn't mean that they shouldn't have access to different tools or content from different places. I think as long as people are focused on providing the best best experience for their users, if you're honest with yourself, then by definition that should mean it could include applications and services and tools from other partners, right? And so the idea that you're going to create a vertical walled garden experience where you provide everything for your users because you know what's best is counter to the way we think about things, and it's certainly counter to what we know of from the feedback that we get from our users. So what we want to do is enable them to pick and choose, and we want to provide a great experience anywhere, anytime, on any device, and we'll work with lots of folks to do that.
But what about survival of the fittest? I mean, I guess I keep thinking, there's not an infinite amount of money to be made, or is there?
Well, that's our business model, though. So we do survive, and so by working with third parties, we get more distribution, we get more viewing of our content, and at the end of the day, the overall pie becomes larger. So a good example of that is our AdSense business. Last quarter, we paid out over $1 billion to our AdSense partners. And you know, I think on one hand, a traditional approach might be focused on, well, how do you lower the revenues that you share with partners so you have more to share for more to keep for yourself.
Right.
And our approach is exactly the opposite. Our approach is, how can we do more partnerships and increase benefits to our partners? How do we get that number larger than $1 billion? Because if we're getting it larger than $1 billion, then the overall pie is increasing, and as a result, Google is doing better as well. And that's, I think, for someone coming in from a different place, from different companies, where that wasn't necessarily the approach all the time, that was a big surprise for me. And it's amazing to see it in action and to see it working, because I think partners know absolutely that our incentives are aligned. We'd love to give them a bigger payment at the end of the quarter, because it means that there's more to pay and more to share.
All right, well, thank you very much, David Eun from Google. I'm Mary Kathleen Flynn with Tech Confidential. Thanks for watching Behind the Money.